Yeah, so it is a couple of weeks' time for Liverpool against Manchester United. And do you know, it felt the story this week was all about Manchester United winning back-to-back games, which they hadn't done since the back end of the 2023-24 season. And it felt like Amorim himself was talking up the fact they really need to go and win back-to-back games and putting pressure on the team. And then they go to Brentford and find themselves on the wrong end of another defeat. And you're wondering which way this story goes next. 33 games in charge now for Ruben Amorim at Manchester United. He's taken 34 points from those matches, 17 defeats and a win ratio of just 27%. How does this play out, Andy?
For me, I think it's difficult to see it changing. They don't seem to have any kind of flexibility. I think he's made it really clear that they're not going to change formation.
Well, he keeps saying he needs time.
Yeah, but how long? You know, I do believe in giving managers and coaches time, but I also believe that there has to be, you have to be seen to, or you have to be able to see the improvements. You have to be able to see, oh, well, I can see where they're going with this. And I don't really see that with Man United. I'm seeing the same things this season that I seen last season. I don't really see enough athleticism, particularly in the middle of the pitch. So to play the way that he wants them to play, you need to have really, really athletic midfielders. They don't seem to have that. And for me, the biggest thing about Man United is that there's no real fear factor about playing against them anymore. You know, we played against Man United teams where, you know, you go into Old Trafford or even they're coming to you and you think, this is going to be a hell of a game today. It's not really that feeling. Teams are going into these games now thinking, we can beat these. And that's a big, big problem as well.
I think, you know, they use the same shape as Crystal Palace, 5-2-3, and I just don't see them being a dominant force.
So what's the difference?
In that
Explain
shape.
to us what's the difference.
Well, Crystal Palace, the game is built on being solid and transitioning, and I don't see that being acceptable at Manchester United. I don't see you being able to be a Manchester United team that sits behind the ball and just transitions. You know, you need to go and dominate the game, and you need to take the ball. I don't think you see many top sides around Europe playing with a back five. I don't think you see many at all. So I'm still really interested to see how he does with it because, you know, he's still obviously a work in progress. They've added a lot of players in the summer. But as Andy rightly says, there hasn't been real signs of improvement. And it looks tough for Amorim at the minute. You know, you see him having to do his press and it looks like a real tough grind for him at this moment, which is not nice to see someone go through. And I hope he manages to turn it around because I know he'll be giving every moment of every day to try and turn it around. And I hope they do, but it's going to need a big change for me. It's going to need something. They're going to need to put an unbelievable run of results together to start to convince people that this can turn into the Man United that we're used to seeing.
Well, it's Sunderland next before the international break. Do managers sort of feel a bit more stress about these games going into an international break, especially if you're on a difficult run?
Yeah, I suppose it is a natural time for clubs to look to make changes. I love to see managers given time. As you know, I'm biased. I'm a manager, so I want them to all be given time and to be given the opportunity to show how good they are. But international breaks we do tend to see more changes. And let's make no bones about it. Sunderland at home, newly promoted side, when you're Manchester United, with the run they're on, is going to be a must-win for them. It's a big, big game.
Sunderland might be thinking the same thing, though, might they?
Yeah, but why not? You know, why not? They've got off to a great start. They've just got a first win this evening, away from home. They'll be relishing the chance to go there. And all the pressure is on Man United. Sunderland sat in a really nice position, really healthy position. They go there, the crowd will be a bit anxious, waiting on the team to kind of give them something. Sunderland can just go there and do what they've done tonight, sit in, make it really, really difficult and hope that they can get something again. So I think they'll be looking forward to the game.